Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. My name is Gabriel Brent, and we will be looking at Apazones and the weekly review slash overview for 10/7 of 2013. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start off with the NQ here. What I see is obviously kind of a range motion that we've been seeing going on for quite some time. We do have a new high here on the NQ, or the NASDAQ futures, so we have made a new high recently, and we failed to break the low. So it looks like we're kind of bouncing in between this range here. So we also have a couple different failures right here, touching in this 4-hour zone and there. You can see over on the right hand side what this kind of looks like, and that real big push down that we had there. And then we failed to actually break into this area again here, so looks like we're kind of consolidating, if you will. Now, which way are we going to break out of that? Well, that's a real good question, because we have another zone bounce here, and so this soon we'll see this aqua zone turn to this nice blue color like it is down here, because after price bounces on it one time, which technically are all these candles here together, is one time, it turns the zone blue, and so this one would also turn to yellow here after that bounce, but it's definitely tightening up, so we're getting into this time of consolidation, if you will, and you can kind of see where we're at here on the 4-hour chart. So looking for the break above these levels right here, this aqua level. Since we've already had this touch here on this zone, this is what we call the money bounce. So since we've had the touch of the money bounce right there, it's pretty cool that we're coming back down here to retest the bottom, to see if this bigger blue zone will hold. And notice that all these zones are dynamically drawn and created based on what we feel is the consolidation of price at these levels here. Okay, so we've come back down. You can see how many times price is held right at this level, like right there, just a boop boop, a nice little kiss, and then away we go, and ba-boom, a nice little kiss, and down we go. So I'm really looking to break out of these two levels, that one up there and this one down here. Okay, so as soon as we break through that, I think that will be pretty interesting as to where things will go. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at, and really what I'm waiting to see happen. Technically, on the bottom side we have weakness, because we've had multiple bounces here. We've had 2 bounces on the blue zone, which means the blue zone will be turning yellow here in just a little bit. And we've had a money bounce on the aqua zone. So I kind of feel like it could go either way, but I think there's a little less resistance, or less support actually, to the downside. Is really what I'm looking at, and you can kind of see the different levels that we're going to be looking at here as price goes down. So this big purple zone, price has bounced on it several times, so we can see 2 of those occasions here on the right side of our chart, and how price came out of that level. So it's possible that price could hold there again, but it's because it's been hit so many times, I would think that level is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. So let's go ahead and see what happens this week, but I'm kind of looking at a breakout type of move out of these 2 levels. Otherwise, we're just playing a range back and forth and back and forth in between these levels here. Alright, moving over to the ES, obviously we've made some new highs here up at 1726, coming down steadily but surely, and it looks like we could be making a new low here sometime soon. Okay, so over here on the right hand side you can kind of see some nice zones created here. This zone has already had its money bounce as well as this zone down here. So possibly some weakness. Now we do have a lot of consolidation over here on the right, so I'm gonna say that this consolidation here is probably gonna do something, um, give us some type of support, but again that level is all the way back from last month, and you can see that it did give us our money bounce off of the blue zone right down here. So it's already had its money bounce there, and you know, technically everything after the money bounce is just gravy, and we don't expect that, but that's what I'd be looking for. So looking kind of at price action to make its way on down. Not sure that I can really see a trend line develop here from the high, but that's really what we're looking for, is possibly a trend line or a channel that we could follow to the downside. So this is the closest thing that I could possibly see to a channel line to the downside. And again, I'm just taking from this high to that high and then extending it to this low down here. Okay, or copying it to form the bottom of the channel, which we'll see how that progresses throughout the week. But I'm thinking we've already had our money bounce on this level. It's failed to get up and retest the 1681 level. So again, I'm kind of looking to the short side here. But only time will tell. And even though that this is what it looks like on the 4-hour, the daily can show us something completely different. As we see the daily time frame with our levels superimposed here through the aid of NinjaTrader, you can kind of see the levels that we are looking at. So this thing looks like it really does have some smooth sailing on the daily time frames until roughly that area, and possibly even lower. Okay, so don't see a whole lot of anything that could get in our way. For the daily chart, I do think maybe this level is a little bit bigger, going up here to about 1657. But that right there, that is the core of where that zone could be, that could give us some support. Okay, so I'm seeing price come down here, and obviously it does look like it's in a nice little channel from the daily perspective, and you can kind of see these things as they progress. So we're looking right around here in the 1618 levels. But then again, if we do get any type of bounce off of here, you know, we could retest the highs. We've been in a pretty steep channel here lately, so that's something to consider. It's been kind of choppy, but it has been pushing to the downside. I see a couple wicks that are some exhaustion, and then it comes back up doing little retracements. So there's been, like, I would say 3 good retracements. Basically, each one of those green bars I would consider retracements, you know, and then it pushes to break new lows. So I think we may find some support right here, as well as the aqua zone that we have on this daily time frame, or if we look over there at the 4-hour time frame, kind of in those levels there. So 26 to 18. It also looks like a very interesting support level for us here coming this week. Moving our shift over to the euro, feel that the daily time frame is giving us kind of an interesting chart here to look at, and I would totally agree with these different levels and how this thing has held several times as support off of the daily. and I think we're driving to make new highs. I actually just happen to know that the top of this thing here, what level we are seeing right now, is also the top of a weekly zone, and the weekly zone looks something like this. Okay, so I know that this level is pretty big, but it is what it is, and you can see I actually measured in, I think, some 60-minute levels are these little triangles here at this time, so feel like that one got hit. Obviously we saw a real big retracement back down to the downside. This one, if we extend it out here just a little bit, you can see how this actually held. So it held off that hourly zone and came back down, but we failed to break a new low at that point, so it failed to get outside of the range to the downside, and therefore it's the supply and demand have shifted, and so it looks like we're shifting up and the supply zone is getting weak, so we're going to go up through this. And let's see what level we have up above here. We have about $1.41 to $1.42. Up there is our next daily level. So let's look at the 4-hour and see what it tells us. Alright, so here's our 4-hour chart, and you can see all the aqua levels, and obviously we've had a money bounce on here. So again, I love to work with channels, and let's see if we can't draw in some type of a channel play here. So we've had, I feel like the channel was established on this bounce and retested there. So here's like our third and fourth bounce off of this channel line. Let's go ahead and copy that and place that just up there, kind of like so. So I feel like we've gone outside of the channel lines a little bit. Now we're kind of back inside, so that's how I kind of see this market going back and forth over the long term, and I could see us again pushing to the upside. So this zone here just had a money bounce, so this thing should be turning blue here any time now that we've seen the money bounce going to the upside, and we'd really look to test the $1.36 level and look to break that and possibly go even higher. So off of our 4-hour and daily time frames there. So that's what I'm looking for, and we will see how that continues to play out. So this wraps up our weekly forecast of what the APA zones look like, and we're looking at these bigger time frames so that we can get a sense of trend direction, and to really feel what the overlying trend is, so that as we're trading on the smaller time frames, if you're a day trader, hopefully you can take the bigger moves as they come to us with your prospective market. So if you would like to see your market listed on our market analysis, please go ahead and submit a comment down below, and we will try to add your market that you would like to see a weekly forecast of. So thanks so much, everybody, and have a great week.